Hello students, in the last class we discussed about the few terminologies. Those are genes. What is gene? Gene is a unit of heredity or a segment of DNA. Okay, then which codes for protein. Then allele, a pair of gene occupying on the same locus on the homologous chromosome and controlling the single contrasting character. Okay. Then locus, then homologous chromosome, then phenotype. Phenotype is a morphological appearance or external appearance of an gene. Then genotype, genetic makeup of an character or genetic makeup. Then dominant. Don't worry about the notes. After every class I will provide the notes. Okay. Then recessive. Dominant is a gene which suppress the another allele. Okay. Recessive is suppressed by the dominant allele. Usually dominant is expressed by the capital letters, recessive gene is expressed by the small letter. Then another terminology, next one, that is homozygous. Don't get confused with the homologous and homozygous, those are very different. Homozygous condition. Homozygous means when the character is controlled by two identical allele is called as homozygous condition. When character is controlled by two identical alleles. You know the meaning of allele is called homozygous conditions. Allele andre usually those are the genes which are present on the homologous chromosome. Suppose identical andre enu same. Okay, identical means similar or same. Okay, again I am drawing the homologous chromosome diagram where which have the alleles. Okay, those alleles which are controlling the same contrasting character, you know that here T means tall. I am taking the example tall is a character. Okay, tall. T means dominant. Capital T means dominant. Okay, then another homologous chromosome I am taking here. Those homologous chromosomes are codes for a means having the gene like a small t and small t. Okay, these are the homologous chromosomes. Same, two pairs of homologous chromosomes. One pair of homologous chromosome is codes for capital T. One homologous chromosome is codes for a small t. These are different homologous chromosomes. Here homologous condition means when the homozygous condition means when the character is controlled by two identical alleles. Two identical means here the allele is same, T, capital T. Here also same thing, small t. Okay, this type of condition is known as a homozygous condition. Okay, then contrasting for this homozygous condition, another condition is there, that is heterozygous condition. Heterozygous means what? When the character is controlled by two different alleles. two different allele is called as heterozygous condition. Same ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ತಗೋಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. when homologous chromosome, okay, one homologous chromosome, one chromosome which codes for a capital T but another gene which codes for the small t. ಈಗ ಹೈಟನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಮೋಲೋಗಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಬಟ್ ಫಿಸಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೇಕಪ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲೀಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕೋಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಟೂ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಟಾಲ್, ಇದು ಡಾರ್ಫ್. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಲೀಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಟಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಮೋಲೋಗಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ನಾಗ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾವು? when the two different alleles are present on the homologous chromosome, such condition is known as a heterozygous condition. Okay, these are very simple. Homologous means when the character is controlled by two identical allele is called as a homozygous condition. When the character is controlled by the two different alleles is known as a heterozygous condition. Okay, next terminology, that is hybrid. Okay, next terminology, that is a 11th one. Hybrid means a progeny or offspring which is obtained by crossing of two parents. You know the meaning of hybridization, crossing of two plants or two animals. Okay, it is the progeny or offspring obtained by crossing of two parents. Crossing of two parents, this one is known as a hybrid. Suppose I will take here one plant, okay, which is going to be crossed with the another plant which is in a dark green color. Okay, there. Later they can get the both the color flower or leaves like this. This one is known as a hybrid. This one is light green color, this one is a dark green color. The offspring or hybrid is both the color. Means just understand the definition. Hybrid is a progeny of or a offspring which is obtained by crossing of two parents, either these are the plants or animals. Then monohybrid. Next terminology, that is monohybrid. Monohybrid means it is a hybrid cross made by two parents with respect to single character. Means when the two plants are going to be cross, ಈ ಎರಡು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟನ್ನು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. those plants or those parents which are differ in only a single character, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಿಸ್ plant is light green in color, this plant is this one is dark in color. all the characters except the color of the leaves are same. Okay, only the difference is color of the leaves. Okay, here when the hybrid is obtained by crossing the two parents which are differ in only a single character. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಮೋನೋ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್. Dihybrid means it is a hybrid result of cross made between two parents with respect to two characters. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ವೆನ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ plants or animals which are differing two characters, terminology that is test cross. Okay, then before that you understand I told that a male and a female parental organisms are crossed. That process is known as hybridization. When the hybridization is formed, the many offsprings will arise. Okay, these are the offsprings or the progeny. Those progenies are known as hybrids. Okay, those hybrids are represented by the F1. The hybrids are represented by the symbol F1, first filial generation. Next, ಇದೇ ಆಫ್ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡೈಜೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಏನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಜನ್ರೇಷನನ್ನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, F2 generation. Second filial generation, this one is a F1, first filial generation. Okay, then and remember this one, test cross means it is a cross made between F1 hybrid, first filial generation hybrid. ಎರಡು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಏನು F1. ಓಕೆ, F1 hybrid cross made between F1 hybrid with its double recessive parent. Double recessive is represented by the small letter. Double recessive means TT. ಈ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ F1 ಇಂಟು ಡಬಲ್ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ this one is 13. Next terminology, that is back cross. After test cross, next one is a back cross. Back cross means it is a cross made between F1 with any one of the ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ F1 ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಡಬಲ್ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಗ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ F1 with any one of the parents. Okay, these are the terminologies. These are very necessary to understand the genetics. Hello students, we discuss about the important terminologies which are very necessary to understand the genetic concepts. Okay. Now we can discuss the Mendelian laws of inheritance. Before going to start the laws, you have to understand one thing. The scientist G.J. Mendel, he is an Australian scientist. He studied on the pea plant. I already told all these things in the first class, but again I am recalling all the points. G.J. Mendel worked on a garden pea plant that is known as a Pisum sativum, scientific name of the garden pea plant. Okay. He worked on a pea plant for 7 years from 1856 to 1863. Okay. Totally 7 years he worked on a garden pea plant. He did the hybridization experiments. Those hybridization experiments are artificial hybridization experiment. Artificial, you know that artificial hybridization, in the first lesson only we discuss about the artificial hybridization. It occurs by done by 2 steps: emasculation and bagging. Okay, some of the students are asking to explain the artificial hybridization. That's why I will explain artificial hybridization step first, then I will start the Mendelian laws. Okay. I am taking too much time for explaining the introduction, because once you get the topic, overall knowledge, you can easily understand the laws. Okay. Let us draw one artificial hybridization. First you understand the emasculation. Okay. For that I will draw the one flower. Okay. Consider this is a flower. Okay. The flower have the gynoecium and the androecium. You know that gynoecium and androecium. This is the gynoecium. This one is androecium, which have the stamen. We can say only the stem. Okay. Consider this is the, if the both the sex organs are present, means it is bisexual plant. Okay. When it is going to be crossed with another flower of the same species, which have the same petals or same calyx, if one species of the plant having bisexual nature, means ultimately other same species another plant is also same bisexual. Okay. Now we have to think like a Mendel. Okay. Mendel worked on the pea plant. Consider this is a pea plant. Okay. For artificial hybridization, he selected the 2 plants. Okay. First one is male plant and another one is a female plant. Okay. You know that in the artificial hybridization, first emasculation means it is a removal of stamens. Removal of stamens. Yak stamens na remove ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? In order to avoid the cell pollination. Bisexual ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ cell pollination ಆಗೋ chances ಭಾಳ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay. In order to avoid the cell pollination, Mendel removes the stamen. Okay. He removes this stamen. ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೆಮೆನ್ಸ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಮೇಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ, ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂದ ಸ್ಟೆಮೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ. 1 second. When he removes the stamens, that plant is known as a female plant. ಬರೀ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂತ. Okay. After emasculation, he covers the female plant. Female plant anna cover ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. It is known as bagging. He used the polythene covers to cover the emasculated flowers. Okay. Then next step after the bagging, dusting the anther on the female plant, selected female plant. He collected the anthers or the pollen grains from the male plant and he dusted on the female plant. That is the artificial pollination. Artificial pollination. Okay. After artificial pollination, that is the cross pollination. Okay. Artificial cross pollination, you can say artificial cross pollination or the artificial pollination or hybridization. Okay. Mendel did the hybridization like this. Okay. When after dusting the pollen grains on the female plant, the fertilization occurs. By the fertilization, seeds are formed. Okay. Those seeds are known as the offspring of the parental plants. Okay. Those offsprings are known as a F1 generation. F1 is nothing but the filial generation. F1 means first filial generation. Okay. The offsprings which are obtained by crossing the two parental plant of the same species, then again in next step Mendel did after offspring. Illen offspring bandirtavalla, those are the same plants having the same structure. F1, F1. ಆ ಎರಡು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಕ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್. Again second generation crossing, that is F1 into F1. F1 cross with the F1. Okay. He get the F2 generation. F2 means second filial generation. Okay. This is the format of crossing of pea plants did by the Mendel. Okay. This is what a hybridization technique. He used the process artificial pollination or the artificial hybridization technique. By emasculation and bagging, he succeeded in his work. Then, I told that Mendel worked on a pea plant in the year 1856 to 1863. 1856 to 1863 for 7 years continuously, but his work is unnoticed until 1900. Okay. 7 years work ಮಾಡಿ Mendel published his work on a local magazines. That's why his work is unnoticed. Okay. And worked on a pea plant for 7 years and give the 3 laws of inheritance. 3 laws of inheritance, but his work is unnoticed until 1900. Okay. In the year 1900, 3 scientists rediscover the Mendel work. Rediscover Mendel's work. Those scientists are Hugo de Veres, Hugo de Veres, Carl Correns and Teschmark. Teschmark are the 3 scientists worked on a Mendelian inheritance laws and or rediscover the Mendel laws in the year 1900. Okay. Independently, these 3 scientists worked on a Mendelian inheritance law and then they published this work on international papers and the scientific magazines. That's why the Mendel work is known to everyone. This is the actual format of publishing the scientific research work. Okay. Then after discovering of the Mendel inheritance laws, by this scientist, Mendel work is recognized and he is called as a father of genetics. Okay. Now we have to think why Mendel selected only pea plant. Why only pea plant? Because pea plant, I told that pea plant comes under the family Leguminosae. It is one of the pulses. Okay. This pea plant have the many contrasting characters, but Mendel observed 7 contrasting characters. Those are very easy to study. Okay. Then by the pea plant or in the pea plant, a large number of seeds are obtained for a safe diet. Large number of seeds obtained for less period of time. Think, once he did the hybridization experiment, he was getting the many numbers of seeds. Then it is very easy to conduct the second experiment, that is F2 experiments. Once he conduct the artificial hybridization for the main parental plant, he can get the F1 generation. By the F1 generation, he can do many F2 experiments. That is why he selected the pea plant. Okay. Then the pea plant, it is very important, pea plant having the life cycle is very less. Within a 4 or 5 months, he can get the offsprings or seeds. Pea plant have the very less duration lifespan or life cycle. Okay, it is a annual plant. It is not perennial, it is an annual plant. That is why he selected the pea plant. Okay. In the first class I told that Mendel maintained all the information, all the data which is obtained by the his experiment. He used to maintain those data by using the mathematical and the statistical techniques to record that data or the numbers. Then that is why his experiment is going to be success. Okay. We discuss about the important terminology and hybridization process, about Mendel and contrasting characters of the pea plant. Okay. Then we discuss about the why Mendel selected only pea plant. Then now you have to know about the gamete formation. Gamete formation. I told that by the hybridization technique, he used the emasculation and bagging for getting the F1 generation. Okay. For your knowledge, I am telling that before the fertilization, gametogenesis or gamete transfer is very necessary. You discuss this in the first chapter, that is reproduction in organism, that is sexual reproduction. Okay. We are talking about the angiospermic plants, means pea plant is an angiosperm plant. There we can see the sexual reproduction. Okay. For that, fertilization is by only after the gamete formation and gamete transfer. Okay. Here we have to know about gamete formation. I told that homozygous condition. Homozygous condition. Homozygous condition means the contrasting characters which are present on the identical alleles, or we can say when the character is controlled by two identical alleles is known as a homozygous condition. Okay, we can represent by the same capital letters or same small letters like this, T, 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 T. We can use any other words, B, B or BB. These are the homozygous condition. Okay. Why we are representing two letters for the homozygous condition? For that you have to think more. Okay. You know that when the zygote formation occurs, zygote is formed by the fusion of male and a female gamete. Okay. Male have the 22. For example, I am taking human beings, that is why I am taking 22 autosomes plus 1 allosome. Consider this one is a male, that is why I am taking Y as a sex chromosome. Again, a female have the 22 plus 1, that is X chromosome. Okay. When the XY comes, the offspring is son. Then 44 means one set of the chromosome comes from the father side, another set of the autosomes comes from the mother side. That is why in all the organism, all the diploid organism, I should mention that diploid condition. In all the diploid organisms, one set of the chromosome come from the mother side, one set of the chromosome comes from the father side. That is why in all the diploid organisms homozygous condition is there. Okay. Homozygous condition, by that homozygous condition we can see that TT means tall condition. We are taking tall. Okay. This T comes from the father, this T comes from the mother, means which are present on the homologous chromosome. Now I am drawing the homologous chromosome, which are structurally same. Okay. These are homologous chromosomes which have the TT. Here the T is present. Okay. Which is present in a one diploid organism. Okay. Mendel select this has a parental plant. Okay, consider this is a pea plant which is tall in condition. Okay, it have the genotype TT, that is homozygous tall condition. Okay. This tall condition when during the gamete formation, either it may be a male plant or a female plant, ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಮೇಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆದರೂ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆದರೂ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. During gamete formation, this homologous chromosome and homozygous condition for a tall plant, it is going to be separate. Gamete formation ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ the diploid organism produces the haploid gametes. Haploid gametes means a single set of chromosomes are present. Okay. Single set of chromosome formation ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ a single T goes under the different gametes and single T goes under different gamete. These two gametes which are going to be separate. Okay. This is all about the homozygous condition. I will mention here homozygous condition. Here same type of gametes are formed. Okay. During the gamete formation identical gametes are formed. Okay. But ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಟಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿ ಆದ್ರೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಹೋಮೋಸೈಗಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಸೇಮ್, ಎರಡು ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟ್ಸು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಹೋಮೋಸೈಗಸ್ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಹೆಟ್ರೋಸೈಗಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್, ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೆಟ್ರೋಸೈಗಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, heterozygous condition comes, the condition is like this. Don't get confused guys. For example, I am taking the height has a character. Height t ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಳಕತ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ height ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೀವು t ಬದಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೋಬೋದು, ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೋಬೋದು. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್. ಫಾರ್ here for a tree plant I am taking T. Okay, for a change I will take, one second, for change I will take violet and white color flowers. For example, flower color violet and white. Okay, for violet I will write capital W, for white I will write small w. Okay, when this plant, when the condition is like this, capital W, small w, this is a heterozygous condition. Heterozygous means when character is controlled by two different alleles. Here the character is controlling by the two different alleles, but here only the character of W expresses. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, that is a dominant. In the introduction class only I told that dominant and recessive, when the capital letter is present, that expresses by suppressing the small letter, that is recessive. Okay, ಇದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ w ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ because it is a recessive character. Okay, the capital W expresses, that is known as a dominant. This one is not going to be expressed, that is known as a recessive. Okay, but this condition is a heterozygous condition. When the heterozygous condition is present in the parents, capital W, small w, this is a heterozygous condition. During the gamete formation, the capital W goes under the different gamete and small w goes under different gamete. Means some of the gametes which are formed by this parent, consider either it may be a father or male or female plant. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್, ಮೇಲಾದರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಆದರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಅವಾಗಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಥರದ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಒಂದು ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟು, ಒಂದು ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ. ಓಕೆ, these are the two different gametes which are going to be formed by the heterozygous condition parent. Okay, homozygous condition idra there is no problem during the gamete formation, but heterozygous condition idra two types of gametes are formed. Okay, just we are discussed about the single gene, that is inheritance of a one gene yav tara gamete formation madutte discuss madid. Suppose at a time we are going to learn about the two gene, ಎರಡು ಜೀನನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಒಂದು ಟಾಲ್, ಹೋಮೋಲೋಗಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟಾಲ್. ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಟಾಲ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಕಲರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಹೈಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಟಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡಾರ್ಫ್ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇ ಥರ ಮತ್ತು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಕಲರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವೈಲೆಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ. ವೈಲೆಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡಬ್. ಓಕೆ. when we are studying about the two genes, when we are going to study about the inheritance two genes, now two types of gametes, same two gametes will form, T W, capital T capital W, capital T capital W, same two gametes are going to be formed. Okay. Why T comes with the capital W? Because all the chromosomes, all the genes which are present on the diploid organism or diploid plant, they are going to be separate equally. ಇದು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, 2n ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಇದು n ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು 2 ಟಿ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟಿ ಬಂದೈತಿ, 2 ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದೈತಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಜೀನ್ಸ್. This is the condition of homozygous condition. Okay. Now the time comes for discussing the heterozygous condition, inheritance of two genes. When in the heterozygous condition, heterozygous for two gene or inheritance of two genes during gamete formation. I will take two color T, okay, then small t, capital W, sorry I will use another color, again I will write below, scratching this one, capital T for a height, small t for a dwarf, again I will use green one, capital W for violet, small w for white. Okay. When the heterozygous condition is present in the parental plant, it is going to be transferred to the offspring. It decided during the gamete formation only. During gamete formation. ಈ ಥರ gamete formation ಆಗೋದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, now there are 4 types of gametes are going to be formed. ಇದರಿಂದ 4 ಥರ gamete formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ capital T small w, then small t capital W, small t small w. These are the 4 gametes which are going to be formed by the heterozygous parent. ಈ ಥರ 4 gamete formation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದರ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, here I will write character of this gamete, tall and violet flowers. Here tall and white flowers. Here dwarf ಅಂದರೆ ಗಿಡ, dwarf and violet flowers. Here dwarf and white flowers. These are the 4 different gametes are going to be formed during the gamete formation. Okay. This gamete formation or the process of gamete formation is very important. Okay. If you understand this gamete formation, you can easily get the inheritance of one gene, inheritance of two gene, codominance, everything easily. Okay. That's why please practice this gamete taking process. Okay. I will give some problems. Okay. Take the gametes. Okay. Before going to that one, I will teach you to take 3 gene at a time for a gamete formation. I am taking 3 genes. Okay. Here we took the 2 genes at a time. Okay. Now for example third I am taking 3 3. Here I will take, one second, we already took the example T, then T, capital W, small w. Now along with that one, height of the plant over, color of the flower over, another character of the pea plant which Mendel is selected for his experiment, flower position, that is axial and terminal. Okay. For axial I will take capital A, for terminal I will take small a, capital A and small a. These are the 3 characters consider Mendel selected for the experiment. Okay. But Mendel did his experiment only 1 gene and 2 gene, or the monohybrid cross and the, this is the dihybrid cross. For only 1 gene, that is monohybrid cross. This is trihybrid cross. Okay. This is very difficult than the monohybrid and dihybrid. This is trihybrid cross.